that's what I did last time. So go live.
Yep.
And then I'll flip the camera.
We are live.
Hey,
That camera, hey.
Yeah, right up there. What's up, Joe?
In honor of our first viewer.
Hey, Joe. My wife is here, too. My wife, a wonderful wife. I'm trying to make this bigger so we can read it.
Yes, right.
We're getting old.
We are old.
Joe says, what's new, you guys? Joe, this is what's new right here. We are playing tonight. Tonight is brought to you by sub $300 sub
Yeah, that's right.
guitars.
That's right.
So this right here just came in the mail. We did a little episode on it tonight, like unbox it and stuff. This is a Firefly double cut. Junior style, 2 P90 pickups in it. $139. No kidding. I need to turn that screen around on the camera.
Yeah. Because we keep looking off to our right.
You need to know that the camera's working. So if we turn this around, we know.
Right, there we
Well,
go.
no, we don't because it's blacked out because that was a whole waste of time.
Right, so he got up anyway, but we can't edit that out. But
No, so this is a Firefly guitar. This is a new Amazon like craze. There's a whole Facebook group. Oh, Brian's here too.
Brian, I think he's playing a gig tonight, and he's in between sets, so
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
it's cool of him.
Hope
to
you're
check
having a great gig, Brian. Yeah, so there's this whole group. Like, if you go on Facebook and look up, like, Firefly owners, whatever, there's a Firefly owners group. I've been watching them for a while. These guys are going crazy over these guitars. They have hollow bodies out. The hollow bodies are like $139. They call them a 338, I think. 338, I think is what it is. Some cool colors. There's like a blue burst. The gold. There's a gold one that, this one I like. There's a green one, natural one, sunburst. Then they have Tellys. I think the model is the FFTH. They're a thin line. They have this weird kind of creamsicle orange looking thing. Juniors with one single P90, I think, run in the 119 range. They have single cuts and double cuts, and then they have ones with two. They have some interesting colors in these. There's a silver burst, TV yellow, white, a gold. The gold was only in the single cut, though, so I couldn't. If there's a gold one, I would have got it. Yeah, I saw that, Joe. But Ryan he bought this very one. And then he bought the gold one with the single P90 in it, and he bought that creamsicle orange thing. He heard they were good. So, our impression, I think we...
Can I type here? Because I realized that Brian said...
Can't hear you.
Right. So we talked to Brian.
You can pick it up and type it.
Oh, this is so much better. They can see the top of my head.
Joe, you know what? For $130-some, and I used some Amazon cash that I had that, it was kind of like funny money. It was cash back on other purchases or whatever. For what it is, I'm blown away.
Yeah, we liked it. I mean, there was a couple things. We had a little struggle with the tuning, but literally, it was a true unboxing, which, again, I credit him for his patience, because we were trying to get to this yesterday. The whole 1 to 5 delivery window, I think it came at 4:54.
Right.
And I had something at 6. So I came over, and shockingly enough, the actual tape was still on the box, and busted it open and read the tag. This was born on June 2nd. So...
Right. We seem to have a little bit of and I mean, there's. I mean, we'll put the review out there. I think Ryan covered some of those issues too. There's a big kind of paint drippage, sloppage kind of on the back here. The frets are really nicely done. I'm really surprised by the frets.
The neck felt good. The action felt good. I mean, as far as it coming reasonably set up, had a little bit of trouble with open tuning. Open chords a little bit, but when you kind of move down the neck, kind of like we were in the intro of our little thing here, it was better. But
let's turn that off. Has a nice. In there.
Yeah.
So that's the... Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, you stretched the strings a little bit more, and I think this time around it's kind of behaving a little bit better, but, it was trapped in the box.
It's been all around the world. It's been from China to California to Pennsylvania. So, this, in Pat's hand...
Tagima.
I don't know if we got any of the people from the Firefly group that are popping in, but this is Tagima?
Yeah.
Tagima?
I think it's
Tagima.
We kept saying Tagima, but I think it's Tagima, potato, whatever.
So this is their Jazzmaster version. This is about a $230 guitar. Now, I'm going to say this. We think this Firefly is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I'm in love with this. For $230... This thing is solid, man. It is 100%. At first, I wasn't sure about it, but the longer I've had it, the more I've played it. I've taken it out, played it in live situations. Man, it's good. And they make a Strat.
Yeah.
That is $150 or something out the door.
Yeah, it was $150, and I think a friend bought it at BCR's annual sale. I might have got it with $100 on a sale.
On a sale.
Which that friend, Danny Pratt, who's not listening, but he will allow us to borrow that.
Right. So we're going to do a show on that.
Yeah. You're talking about the Harley Benton, and I don't know what you said and what you didn't say, but Joe was talking about the Firefly versus the Harley Benton, and I think we're going to be able to discuss that actually factually soonish.
Right. So I was able to also pick up a Harley Benton. The $30 the junior.
Yeah.
It's the TV Yellow Junior with one pickup. So I have that coming, Joe, and we're gonna as soon as that gets here. I mean, who knows? I think they were like pre-order when I ordered it. I'm not even sure they started shipping them yet, but once that ships out and comes in, that will show up. And the other choice, the other thing to think about, up on the wall, which I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't, but there's a PRS soap bar too. And I think we're going to do an episode. So we're going to do an episode Firefly versus the Soap Bar 2. Then we'll do Firefly versus the Harley Benton. Maybe Harley Benton versus the Soap Bar 2. I don't know. But the Soap Bar 2s, if you can find those used, and they're like $200 too. Like used 2 to 3. And that's a PRS. I mean, like, so you're...
And maybe all those guitars against the 1965.
Right.
SG that has an original P90 in it.
Yeah, that would... Yes. Forgot about that.
And then we can go for other friends who have like 59 real juniors, like the 1959 real juniors.
Yes. We should do that. We should put that up.
Maybe it'll turn out like the Tube Screamer one where the $25 Behringer gave the 808 a run for its money.
Somehow I doubt it.
Probably not.
Probably. So, yeah, well, P.S. They're not cheap, but the soap bar, I don't know. Can I pull that down?
Sure you can. Why not? It's your show.
So this is Joe. They're an SE model. So they're made overseas. They're made. This one was made in World Music. This was Korea, so this is before they moved to Indonesia.
Yeah.
There's no carve on the top.
There's no cap, maple cap.
Maple cap. Yeah. We got 2 P90 pickups in it, and these pickups do sound pretty good. But I'll be honest with you, I've never fallen in love with this. I bought it used off Craigslist, and I've never...
Another parking lot deal.
Yeah. Well, no, I actually had this one shipped from Craigslist, which is really kind of don't do normally. But these soap bar 2s, I have a friend, Carl, who swears by these. Like, Carl has like a whole... He buys like every one he sees, I think. He has like all different colors.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you want to play it for a second?
I'll let you play it.
I was just curious, because I don't think I've ever played that one either. But while we're in the P90 soap bar-ish
you're going to have to talk about something while I'm tuning.
Well, it might not be that bad. I can go back to play the little... So this is the talking about that I'm really playing for the first time. We had our friend Esty come over and kind of put it through some paces. He's a Strat guy, but he liked it and was shocked to find out the price. And Beard has played... I know, I heard you strum through actually when you did that.
It's in tune.
Right.
I was like, what?
It's not the Gibsons that get in tune like in the spring. Play authentic, by the way.
I'll tell you, the bridge pickup, or the neck pickup right away.
Yeah.
Right away you're going...
Play a little bit like we were in the intro, you can kind of... first time I think I've really heard that.
Well,
There's no warmth to those pickups. I thought they sounded big. You seemed really comfortable playing it, and you weren't afraid to dig in on it. But right away, it sounded really warm.
It feels just like our other PRSs. Right. So yeah, okay, it's made in Korea or whatever, but the neck carve is the same kind of, as far as I can tell, is the same neck carve that you're getting on like my McCarty or on some of my other guitars. So you pick this up.
And this is even before the Indonesia thing is going on, which they're really happy with, building Paul's guitars and all the other SE lines there. Yeah, it sounded good.
Give me $12 shift. 12. Maybe down the road that Firefly we could work something out.
Yeah, that's right. we might slap a PJ and the beard sticker on to devalue it and then send it to you.
I don't know about that guitar. This guitar became one I ordered this with every intention of flipping it. We ordered it. We were going to do it. We were going to flip it. Yeah. And much to my wife's chagrin, maybe it's another one that's staying. So I don't know if the Firefly will stay yet or not. We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of stickers, though.
Yes.
Are we talking about stickers?
We can. It's swag. I think, here's what I like. I went to Nashville, hung out with a bunch of friends, like straight up stock John Bollinger. I come back. He goes on vacation. He drives over to my house the other day and just hands me a pile of these.
So yeah, we got these nice little...
He got bored while I was gone. Ordered swag.
These nice little PJ in the beard. Kind of like, it's the logo from the end of the videos.
It is.
So, hey, I'll tell you what, Joey, if you're still listening, go over to the Facebook page, and like, if you haven't liked that yet, you could like it.
There you go.
But go over to the Facebook page, just send me a message with your address, and I'll shoot you a sticker.
Yeah, and
is there anybody watching?
You want me to walk upstairs and give your wife a sticker?
Looks like there's like 8 people watching. 3 people watching.
Well, I did find out other people are stalking us who haven't actually created a YouTube account, but they were actually watching. Yeah.
So anybody who's watching,
there you go.
Of course, this thing's gonna be, you can play it back. I don't know.
Anybody who's watching sends us a message tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just send us a message. Goodness gracious! Like,
my gosh,
I paid nothing for them, so let's give them all away.
if you watch this far into the video, whether you're watching it tonight or the recording, go to the Facebook page and send us a message. Give us your address. We'll shoot you one of these stickers, just for something fun to do. Yeah. I mean, how much did it cost to send you a sticker?
I don't know, because you paid for him. I have no idea. He's yeah. Again, I'm the eye candy. I don't know, because I do nothing. He got I don't know how many of these we got, but he actually got picks too that I actually been using tonight, and I like it.
Yeah, well,
I usually play like the Eric Johnson Dunlap Jazz 3s or whatever. So this is kind of that shape, but thicker. I played a pick one time so thick that the producer asked me if I was using a poker chip when I was playing. So this is somewhere between the Jazz 3 and a poker chip, and so.
Joey's asked if there was any other stuff.
Give you a car away.
Ordered from Tommen. No. This is the first time I'm ordering anything from Tommen, so I'm interested to see what happens with that.
That's Harley Benton, or that's the...
Yeah, it's Harley Benton.
Okay.
What's my wife ugging about? Is that we're keeping this one much to her chagrin?
Maybe. There's a little bit of a lapse, so...
Yeah, a little bit of lapse. Hey, honey, this is the first time you've seen it out of the box. What do you think? She's not going to like it because it's white.
It's not 90s teal, and it's not sparkling gold.
I think it's sharp.
It is. It's very classic looking. I mean, white is, yeah.
I mean, if we're playing just for looks, this is cool. We need to have like a real rockin' tune sometime that I can put that on and just...
I wonder what the slide would sound like with that.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm thinking too. That could just be a good slide guitar.
I mean, how in tune does a slide guitar have to be? In tune-ish.
Better not be?
I don't know. Last time we were reading this, I thought she meant buy 2 guitars. She meant buy the one with 2 pickups. I translated that to be 2 guitars.
Well, the problem is she's 30 seconds. We're 30 seconds ahead of her, so like, I can't remember what smart aleck comment I said that made her say that. I can't remember what smart aleck comment was said that might have spurred that comment on.
So one of the things we talked about is stuff that we've released, and I always get confused. I brought it up, but I get confused because I watch the Secret Double Handshake things that you send and always go in that way. But you released the second. Well, so
Brody's
since
electric guitars.
since I came back from Nashville, you released Brody's Collector's Choice.
Right.
2 guitars, a '59 Les Paul, Sebastian Burst, and the Pretty Woman guitar, and then released our friend Sal Oliveri's video, which was Sal was kind enough to pare that down to one portion and share it on his social media. And right now he's riding on this high from producing Pink and Chris Stapleton, and you got a lot of people on his channels watching that, so it was great to hang with him. That got released. Then the second video for Brody was his whole electric collection, pretty much, right? And so that one came out, and in part 1 of Ray Santana.
So I'm thinking we might see. Well, we might see this Firefly.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see it Saturday. Maybe we'll see that before Saturday and part 2 of Ray on Saturday. I'm not sure.
Yeah, kind of sooner than later. People are looking for them. We're not stupid, right? We are, but it's not that there's not a strategy at times for this. It's very organic, but there are times it's like, all right, we got this in. Let's review it and get it out there because they're getting a lot of attention right now. As Joey said, 60 Cycle Hum did a video on them, and so maybe sooner than later. What else you see? What else is out there?
My wife thinks the white clashes with the wall.
Okay, well, time to paint the wall.
Yeah.
It can sit on a rack stand. It's fine.
And then she says there better not be any more Tommen, which I'm surprised. This is what's scary is because she actually knows what Tommen is. And Joey, thank you. I get that we're not your style typically, but that's cool that you hang out, and we forgive you for not listening to that style.
Well, Joey, I don't want to promise something I can't deliver. But after you chimed in last time we did this, and again, it's great to have a conversation. And but I spent some time with a friend of mine, and I'm gonna have to look up some names before we get offline because you might know who they are. Unbelievable, shred style players. And my friend Jim, who's a local guy. I had coffee with him, and he's got a new album out. But I talked to him about interviewing him and going to the studio and listening to some of the tracks he's working on. And I'm going to look up the guys' names before we get off the thing. Unbelievable players that are on this 3-minute instrumental that he's doing. That they do a back and forth. He sent the tracks to them. They played them, sent them back. And, in that realm, these are pretty famous guys as far as I understand. But we talked about getting other people, other styles in here. So Jim would be a guy that I think would be right up Joe's alley.
We also have that inroad into that studio.
Yeah. For Anthony, whose last name just jumped right out of my head. He's the bassist for Red Dragon Cartel, and he had Jakey Lee play on the last project. He's in the band with him. He played for Ozzy. So we do have some connections in the world that's not the pop blues worship thing.
But he's local.
Oh my goodness, yes. He has a barn and horses and drives a Camaro, and it's Anthony Esposito. He can't get any more New York, but such a nice guy. And I'm anxious to go talk to him because you and I have talked before that I know Anthony as a really good friend, a neighbor to a friend of mine. Here's a guy that's toured. Here's a guy that's played, I think, with guys from Kiss. He's got Jakey Lee, who played with Ozzy, playing with him. And he's got some of my friend's stuff, stored in his barn. And, it's an interesting guy, super down to earth. I go over there one time, and he's got an old farmhouse, and these starlings. Some bird was trying to get in under the gutter, so he's in his little workshop. When I drive through, has this wood that he's carved out by hand, and he's putting tin on it to make a barrier so these birds can't get. This is a dude that's just got done touring Japan, and he's doing it. He's a really really nice guy. So we were hoping to get over to his studio.
Well, and then Mike
Morrison knows him.
Records at his studio a lot, and we're gonna hopefully go over and talk to Mike soon. So hopefully after we talk to Mike, maybe we can work something out where we can talk to Anthony.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll get somewhere in your ballpark there. So,
well, the other thing we did tonight it's over there on the music scene, right? We talked about the Matthews Effect Astronomer. We did a segment on that. Really a diverse pedal, right? It has 6 knobs, but it's really 2 channels, and those controls are basically the same on each channel, but there's a toggle switch across the top that changes, and it's named after astrological things, and we already decided that we're not, Galileo or scientists, so we actually read from the computer of what the names are, but So that.
We also did the love pedal. Believe it or not, we did a love pedal for those of you that follow along and watch. I know people will tune into this later too. We did love pedal tone the what is it? The bone tender. I guess that's instead of the tone bender. It's the bone tender. And it's pretty crazy cool.
It is.
Crazy cool fuzz pedal by Love Pedal. So I mean that was kind of the night, was getting this Firefly, the Love Pedal fuzz, and the Astronomer. And boy, that's a going from fuzz pedal to Astronomer reverb. I mean,
well, but other people talked about the Astronomer, being up in the stratosphere and the angels, and I'm not sure that's where the Tone Bender lives. I think the Tone Bender might live in the opposite place.
Direction, right? It goes the other way. It goes down. The Astronomer goes up.
You have the Astronomer on this shoulder and the Tone Bender on this shoulder, and one's giving you good advice and one's not.
So
one's like, play louder. The other one's like, play prettier.
Right, and we have to keep the volume way down when we're doing this live stream. We have some mics here that pick up vocals. Yeah. And they're picking up the guitars too, so we have to turn the amps way down and crank everything back for the live stream. Otherwise, we'd be, peaking and blowing it out. And it's
gets a little loud down here. And that,
I wasn't able to step on the bone tender.
Ouch! Gotta find one that's plugged in. What are you doing? Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go. Bone tender with that.
I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm going back to the. I think I'm going to the Strat. But I'm thinking we can probably. We went through the things that we have, right?
Yeah, I talked about some of the things that we just released, some of the things we're about to release, and I'm very awkwardly looking for the names of those players while we vamp.
So with that, unless there's anybody, see, this is what happens. You lose the conversation, right? So, but I think.
Are there other people in the wings? Or are we down to?
I think we're down.
Yes.
But over time.
Well, I will. Joe, if you send that message to our channel, I will find the names of those two players and send them to you. And I know you'll have to know the one guy, and I can't think of his name, but he had like. Not Rick Nielsen with the multi-neck, but multi-neck guitars coming out each side, and he plays simultaneously with both hands. It's just insane, and I'm just drawing a blank on his name. But so it was good to catch up with my friend Jim, and he gave me the CD that they just released the end of last year, working on a new one. So we're looking for more field trips. We have people that we've talked to that are cool with it. It's just a case of getting everybody scheduled together, and we have vacation, Nashville vacation. I've got a vacation coming up, and shockingly enough, this isn't our full-time gig. Who knew?
Right.
So I don't know what we're gonna play.
I don't know, we'll play out a little bit. Typically, it's kind of organic when we do this. It just falls into something, but I'm not falling.
Oh well, we got. Yeah, this. Sure it is.
It's better than the
Yeah.
Firefly was.
So there we have it.
I can't do it, man. I can't put that fuzz pedal on and play and try and. It's when you get the amp turned down and the fuzz pedal turned down, you get none. There's none of that glory there. None of that beautiful, beautiful stuff that happens.
You had to thinkify a little too much. Well, thanks for the few of you that tuned in, and hopefully some people will catch this on the second time around. And I'm guessing that Brian maybe will give it a look when he's done with his gig. So thanks to our two fans outside of this house and the one inside of this house. Right. And maybe the 2 or 3 unknown viewers. But
Peace.
It's not out as much as I would think.